Hi guys, so probably one of my biggest faults is that I'm naive when it comes to people. I truly believe that everyone has some humanity within them, even Boris Johnson. And last year when he went into hospital, I truly believed that while he was lying in that hospital bed and his life was being saved, that he would have a road to Damascus conversion or experience, and he would come out the other side a new man. He would care about the NHS, he would care about the staff, he would make sure that they had everything they needed to fight the pandemic. He would make sure that they got the pay rise they deserve. And I was wrong. He didn't give a crap about them. It's as if nothing had happened. He threw them under a bus like he threw everyone else under a bus. Now, I don't want to tar all Tories with the same brush. I know there are members of Parliament who care about people. But there are also people who are worse than Boris Johnson. This is Andrew Bridgen, Tory MP. He's going to suggest that the British Medical Association is being lobbied by the PPE industry to continue with the pandemic restrictions. Yes, you've heard it right. Well, let's hear what he had to say.
I've listened to the debate this morning a bit, and I really would like, in the interest of transparency, for the BMA to declare what lobbying they've been put under by the manufacturers of PPE, who clearly got a financial interest in getting people to continue to wear these masks. I think.
Are you seriously suggesting the BMA is calling for these guidelines because they're being lobbied by the mask industry?
I would be very interested to know what lobbying the BMA have come under from the manufacturers of PPE, who clearly people they deal with on a commercial basis. Their members deal with on a commercial basis all of the time because they need to have it. I just think it'd be very interesting to see if they disclose what lobbying they've come under from the PPE manufacturers in the interest of transparency.
I'm trying not to be angry here. This is the PPE that members of the NHS had to use at the beginning of the pandemic, when the Tories suggested there was no problem, there was no shortage of PPE. Do you see this? Plastic bags. Plastic frigging bags people had to use to protect themselves. It was not sufficient. Many lives were lost because they didn't have the correct PPE. And you have this, I'm trying to limit my language here, but this individual suggesting that the PPE lobby is trying to corrupt the British Medical Association in some way, trying to convince them we need to continue with this pandemic because it's good for business. This guy and his party threw these people under a bus, and they continue to ignore the fact that they threw these people under a bus. And many of these people are no longer with us because of policies that his party took. They decided we're not going to invest in PPE before the pandemic. There was an operation, Exercise Cygnus, that was carried out. And the Conservative Party, the UK government, decided we're not going to update the PPE that's in store. Some of it is out of date. We don't give a crap about that. And now he's suggesting that there's some corruption going on in order to do what?
So I take it from that you're against the idea of extending some of the restrictions beyond the 19th of July.
Well, I think the face masks were always potentially dubious science.
I'm trying to stay calm here. What is your medical background, Andrew? What is your scientific background to criticize the use of face masks? I'd love to know it. What degrees in science does he have? I can imagine nothing.
And certainly the way that we wear them, unless we're swapping them regularly, which I quite honestly don't think that most of the public have been. I think they're a very, very limited use, if any at all. And I think they're the biggest demonstration to people that we actually haven't got out of the COVID pandemic.
What do you mean? Wearing masks is a demonstration that we haven't gotten out of the COVID pandemic. These are the number of cases in the UK on the 2nd of July, 26,706. But for Andrew, no, don't look at this number. It's all about wearing a mask. And it doesn't matter if you have a mask because, well, you know, you probably use it on more than one occasion. So what's the point in having it? How is this guy a member of parliament? Who the hell votes for this guy? Please tell me, someone please tell me who the hell votes for this idiot, this charlatan?
When it's clear, and it was clear several weeks ago, that we've broken the link between infections, serious illness and hospitalisations.
What link? How was the link broken? What are you talking about? And
I think the continued lockdown measures, it's clear with the current deaths with COVID that are being declared.
I really wish people would stop calling it a lockdown. It's not a lockdown. There are restrictions in place. There was a lockdown last year. That lockdown does not exist anymore. They continue, him and people like Julia Hartless-Brewer continue to use this language. We're under a lockdown. A lockdown means you don't leave your home. You're allowed to leave your home. A lockdown means that you have to do all shopping online because the shops are closed. The shops are open. There isn't a lockdown at the moment. Stop calling it a lockdown. I know it's politically convenient for you to call it a lockdown, but it's not a lockdown. Once again, who the hell voted for this guy? He's an absolute idiot. He should not be anywhere near the levers of power.
That the continued lockdown measures are far more detrimental to health and well-being of the nation than the virus is now. And that was clear some weeks ago, which is why I didn't vote for the extension to the 19th of July. And I certainly won't be voting for any extension of measures after the 19th of July.
Of course he's not going to vote because he doesn't believe in any sort of restrictions. Because he probably doesn't even believe that there's a pandemic. These people will believe in certain levels. Now, I don't know if Andrew actually believes there's a pandemic or not. I think it's irrelevant what he actually believes, because I care about reality, not what someone believes. But let's get back to the main point. He raised this issue that the British Medical Association is being lobbied by the PPE industry. And that's a problem. That he wants transparency here. And his argument is, well, because, you know, they want to maintain this pandemic. You have to provide evidence, Andrew. You can't just make ridiculous statements like this. But he's part of this wider group, including Brexit hardman Steve Baker, who want to eliminate all restrictions because they don't give a crap about people. They just want to have everything back to the way it was, businesses open as before, because they're under pressure from the business community to reopen as quickly as possible. They don't care about public health. They don't give two hoots about public health. It's about getting people back into work because they and their friends in business are losing money. That's what it's about. We're losing money at the moment. I'm not able to upgrade my yacht or upgrade my mansion because I'm losing money. They don't give a crap about their staff. They don't give a crap about the public. They don't give a crap about public health. And they use whatever arguments they can find in order to end the restrictions. I really wish people would understand that these people do not give a crap about you. They never have, they never will. And once again, like at the beginning, I try to find humanity within them, but it is a bloody struggle. Let me know in the comments section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons. You ensure that this channel continues to exist. I'm eternally grateful for all of your support. If you join Patreon, you will receive instant access to our Discord server, where we have both audio and video chats. You can chat with me and other patrons, where we discuss important and non-important issues. Becoming a patron per month costs about the same as a large coffee, so why not check it out?